9 o'clock. Our Lewis Show follows on WSGW.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Supreme Court's about to hear arguments in a case involving same-sex couples in Colorado. It involves a graphic designer who's refused to create websites for LGBTQ unions. Correspondent Jan Crawford is outside the court this morning.
She says the government can't make her create messages, that would violate her First Amendment rights. Now, State Attorney General Phil Weiser says the law is about making sure LGBTQ people are treated equally so that, businesses can't just turn them away.
This is the last day for the candidates in Georgia's Senate runoff to get out the vote. Polls show they're still locked in a tight race. Republican Herschel Walker at a rally in Loganville.
It is time for us to get people in Washington going to become leaders.
The Democratic incumbent, Raphael Warnock in Gainesville.
We need to show up like it's a 911 emergency.
The State Department says it sees no evidence yet Iran has gone through with claims it's doing away with its morality police unit, following massive protests that began with a young woman who died in custody after wearing her hijab too loosely. Correspondent Holly Williams.
To be clear, this is only coming from one official in Iran, and it's being treated with a lot of skepticism. Also, what the protesters are demanding is bigger than this one issue, and it seems unlikely they'll now decide to leave the streets and quietly go home.
Lots of people woke up shivering in the U.S. South this morning.
Tens of thousands could be without power and heat most of this week in Moore County, North Carolina, southwest of Raleigh, after two power substations were damaged by gunfire. Sheriff Ronnie Fields.
Coward is what I'd call it. No motivation. No group has stepped up to acknowledge or accept it. We're the ones that done it. So, yeah, I call them cowards.
Authorities are investigating the incident as a criminal act. Schools in the area are closed today. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Spiking rates of COVID, RSV, and other viruses are threatening to bring back mask mandates in and around L.A. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Peter Tin Hung understands the opposition.
I think there's very little political appetite to do this, and we're going to try to not do it as much as possible, for the season.
British health officials have issued an urgent alert to parents about strep. CBS's Vicky Barker is in London. Since September 6th, died with strep A infection here in the UK, and a seventh is fighting for her life. Children failed to develop a resistance to diseases like strep and scarlet fever while they were in lockdown. Now that social mixing's been restored, infection rates are surging. S&P futures are down 29. Dow futures off 240. This is CBS News.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket Mortgage can help you get there. For home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can.
I got it.
Thank you, honey.
Mom, it's for you.
Oh, let me dry my hands. Hold on. Oh, got one too many table settings. Your brother couldn't get leave. He's not going to be
right here.
Oh, Tommy!
Surprise.
How'd you get here?
Well, I know some folks.
This holiday season, let NBS International Airport with services through United and Delta Airlines bring the whole family together. Feel upgraded as soon as you walk through the door. For more information or to book your flight today, visit nbsairport.org.
Santa's sleigh is filled with cash, and it's up on the rooftop at Saginaw Eagles. Saturday, December 3rd, 10th, and 17th. You can win up to $5,000 at drawings from 5 to 10 p.m. each week. So put a little jingle and a lot of cash in your holiday season. The rooftop, Saturdays through December 17th, only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
You have a family doctor. Do you have a family plumber? When you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling problem happen in your home or business, you need to be able to call a professional that you can rely on and trust to make the repair or equipment replacement. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been the professional homeowners and businesses trust for 65 years. Whether you're looking for an emergency water heater replacement or planning a new heating system installation. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to provide quality service and installation. Reamer has the equipment to fit every budget, experienced estimators, and state licensed technicians to install. Trust a professional to do the job right. Call Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Visit them on the web at reamerplumbing.com.
Any way you spell it, Reamer means quality.
100.5 and 790 Newsroom. This is WSGW News.
That is 9:05. Good morning, Mike. An 18-year-old is in custody in Tuscola County Jail after he was arrested on charges related to an assault Saturday. Carroll police were called to an incident in the area of Congress Street, south of State Street, around 3:30 p.m. for a felonious assault and possible barricaded suspect. They arrived to find the suspect had fled with another relative. About 7:50 a.m., the off-duty state trooper who had assisted earlier in the day located a vehicle related to the incident in the parking lot of Club 24, a restaurant near M24 and Riley Road. The suspect was found hiding under the vehicle and arrested. A 65-year-old woman was also arrested inside the restaurant. Both are lodged in the Tuscola County Jail. The victim was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Residents in Midland have an opportunity to voice their opinions on the city's master plan update and support the Midland High School hockey team at the same time. Members of the Planning Commission will be in the concourse of the Midland Civic Arena before the Midland High versus Bay City Western High School hockey game, December 14th. They'll be taking input from residents on what they'd like to see happen in Midland over the next 30 years. There will be no formal presentations, agendas, or materials to be reviewed at the event, which runs from 4:30 to 7:30. To the city, similar events are being planned at other establishments around Midland in the coming months. And the City of Midland's sanitary landfill has resumed its regular winter hours through March 2023. Those hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and closed on Saturdays from December through March. The landfill will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on December 23rd, 26th, and January 2nd in observance of the Christmas and New Year's holidays. Starting next April, the landfill will open with extended hours one Saturday per month and extended evening hours every Wednesday through November. WSGW News Time 9:07.
For almost 20 years, Linex has been the only place to go for quality spray-on bed liner. But did you know they also offer rust-proofing and undercoating?
Their exclusive process will keep your new or used vehicle protected.
The guys at Linex have the only wax-based rust-proofing and military-spec undercoat to ensure years of protection.
In fact, all new vehicles protected will get a lifetime warranty, no yearly touch-ups required.
And because the rust-proofing process is wax-based, you won't have any long-term dripping or mess to clean up later. Rust-proof your car, truck, or SUV and protect it year-round.
Linex is located on Wilder Road in Bay City.
Give them a call. 671-9820 or call them at their Grand Blanc location, 810-695-9000.
Remember, your new car, truck, or SUV gets a lifetime warranty with no yearly touch-up required.
Again, the number in Bay City is 989-671-9820 or in Grand Blanc, 810-695-9000.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The weather forecast is next. State lawmakers are expected to debate legislation this week that will be affecting restaurant owners and some workers. Northern Michigan Senator Wayne Schmidt has introduced a bill that could stop a potential big jump in the minimum wage for workers. Restaurant owners have been fighting the minimum wage increase. Justin Winslow, president and CEO of the Michigan Restaurant and Lodging Association, says the increase could lead to mass layoffs in the service industry. A conservative group is holding a Sunday night meeting planning for a partial statewide recount of Proposal 2 and 3 from the November election. Michigan News Network Aaron V. has this report.
Election Integrity Force organizer Braden Glasabazi telling supporters to contact clerks in each of the more than 600 counties involved in the recount to get information on how to become a recount member.
Encourage them to make it physical because we want to in paper one by one. And the goal of this is transparency, and you can't do that if everything's being shoved in a machine and you can't see what's happening.
The recount, which is expected to take place as early as Wednesday, stemming from a lawsuit filed by Jerome J. Allen of Bloomfield Township last week, alleging fraud or error in balloting for the voting and abortion rights measures, which were overwhelmingly passed with a combined 33-point statewide margin in the November 8th election. I'm Erin Vermeulen on the Michigan News Network.
A Jackson County team will perform live on national TV tonight for a chance to make the finals of the hit NBC singing competition, The Voice. 16-year-old Braden Lape is a sophomore. Last Monday, his performance of Kane Brown's hit song Homesick earned him a spot in tonight's semifinals. Lape is the youngest of 8 remaining competitors. He'll perform live tonight at 8 p.m. The results show is tomorrow night. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mainly cloudy skies today. Chance of rain developing in the afternoon hours. High of 42 with southwest winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Rain mixes with snow tonight. Not looking for anything significant in the way of accumulation. Perhaps a low of 31. Tuesday, cloudy, 41 degrees. Wednesday, chance of rain early in the day with a high of 43. And for Thursday, a couple of showers with a high around 39 degrees. On Friday, we'll see a chance of light snow with high temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Ray Miller, and that's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now, it's 31.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show, Monday in December. It's already the 5th of December as we head toward the holidays, and we hope for you and yours a good one. Format for today, open phones this hour, whatever you'd like to chat about at 989-752-6111. Coming up after the 10 o'clock news, we're going to talk to Midland County Administrator Bridgette Gransden. And at 11 o'clock, we'll look at Rocket Grab Plus with some ideas for Christmas shopping for you. So those are the things that are awaiting us this morning. We have a number of things we want to talk about. And, of course, whatever's on your mind. There is a move in the Senate, the U.S. Senate, to, if you will, take marijuana off the scheduled list so it no longer is a federal crime. And that would allow, of course, the industry to start using banks and things of that nature, which they can't right now. That and a number of other topics out there. But again, we like to see what's on your mind. So first, we go to our phones this morning. Chris is in Saginaw Township. Chris, good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys just played a news story, and it wasn't any of your staff that did it, but it was talking about the recount of Proposal 2 and Proposal 3. And did the female story say there were 600 Michigan counties?
I hope not.
Townships?
I don't know.
There's only 80-some Michigan counties, right?
89, I think, or something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I actually was busy, so I didn't hear the story, so I can't refer to it.
Okay.
I don't know. But I'll find out.
It doesn't lend credibility to.
No, not if it says. Well, did it say? Wait a minute now. Did it say 600 counties and townships?
I did not hear that.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that. All right.
Was the counties?
Yeah. All right.
Now,
yeah.
If there's 600 townships, okay, but I swear I heard her say counties.
I don't know. I'll have to find out. I'll find out. All right, Chris.
All right. That's all I got. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that'd be a lot of counties,
right,
wouldn't it? Bye-bye now. That'd be an awful lot of counties. All right, let's say good morning to Carl in Saginaw. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning.
I heard her say counties also, and I thought, no, that doesn't sound right.
That can't be right. Yeah.
That can't be right. No, that doesn't.
I'll have to check.
I wanted to okay. As far as the federal government and the marijuana laws, I think that's long overdue.
Yeah,
that
I would
they
agree.
should change that classification. The marijuana industry should be able to use the U.S. banking system just like any other business.
I fully agree with you. The reality is the horse is out of the barn, the door's closed. There are so many states that have legalized it. What is the federal government going to do realistically? Nothing.
No.
So
okay. I also wanted to let you know I got gas for $2.99 yesterday.
did you have to go to Bridgeport, or were you?
No, well, it was out by I-75.
Yeah.
And M81.
Okay, that was probably the Flying J or one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that on Gas Buddy that they were down. Good deal.
Yeah, and there wasn't even that bad of a line. I only had to wait like one car in front of me.
Ah, good.
Good.
Good. I do think.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm going to guess that we might see prices go up again because apparently oil prices on the world market have gone up again. So who knows?
Yeah,
we'll see.
might.
We might.
I never thought we'd see $2.99 again.
With you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. One last thing. That Donald Trump did some interesting posting on social media last couple of days.
Yeah, I sure do. And I just, his mouth, he doesn't know when to shut it. And, the notion of let's suspend the Constitution or part of it so I can be reappointed president. Come on. What world is he living in? I mean, I just, I stand by what I've said all along. Love his policies. I thought his policies were right for the country. Have no use for the man. So there we are. And I just, and he just puts his foot deeper in every time he opens his mouth, it seems.
I guess I'm not surprised at Trump, but, where is the condemnation from the GOP leadership?
They've been quiet. They went silent.
Yeah.
I read a story about that. They literally went silent. I think I have a feeling some will come out against it. Some will. Others just want to distance themselves and don't even want to mention it. But that nobody can stand on that one. So it's, what can I tell you? It's
well, you said before you think DeSantis is a fighter, and I don't know. I see him fighting culture wars, but I don't see him standing up to, this dinner that Trump had last week. Did this?
Yeah, I think he should, but he's still, in my book anyway, DeSantis is still a formidable challenge for Trump. Whether he says anything or doesn't say anything, he's still a formidable challenge for Trump.
Well, I'd be more impressed if he would, take a stand, I think. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I think the more interesting stand is how Republicans are going to react when the primary comes around, depending who's running. I have a feeling, and this is just a gut feeling, not based on anything. I just have a feeling that a lot of Republicans will silently abandon Trump come time to hold the primary. I just, I don't see him endearing himself. What is that?
The Republican primary system, the way it's set up, like winner take all, if Trump gets 15% of a vote against 10 other candidates that split the vote, then he gets all the delegates and goes on to the next state.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's going to happen that way. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, okay.
Too early to tell right now.
See. Yeah.
So, and on the other side of that coin, Biden is setting himself up for renomination by reordering the way the primary system works for Democrats and who goes first.
Yeah, I saw that.
He set it up for all of his strongholds to be up front. So, it's going to be interesting.
I'm I'm a little tired of some of these states saying, you know, we're first. We've always been first.
Yeah.
So we should always be first.
Yeah.
Well, you know, who appointed Iowa?
I don't know, but they off his list, they disappeared. I mean, the first 5, they're not in it. So it'll be interesting to see.
And remember, Iowa screwed up the counting last time.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get the results for weeks and weeks in Iowa. So,
I'm not a big fan of the caucus system anyway. I'd go to the polls and vote, you know. All right.
Exactly.
Good enough, Carl. Have a good one.
Art.
Take care. Bye-bye now. And Russ is in Bay City. Russ, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Well, you know, we've discussed a lot of topics on your show, but one I haven't heard yet, and I kind of wanted to pick your brain. I was wondering what you think of Dorothy Kilgallen.
What I think of Dorothy Kilgallen.
What you thought of the murder of Dorothy
Kilgallen. What? Same thing I would think of any other murder. It's a tragedy. Shouldn't happen.
Well, I mean,
doesn't matter who it is.
Politics behind it.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
Murder is murder. It's bad, no matter what the reason, no matter what the insanity the person uses to justify it. It's wrong.
But I mean, you look at how it was covered up too. It was barely even touched. It wasn't even investigated.
Well,
it was just it was a mysterious death. That was how it was labeled, and it was left at that. And nobody ever went near it. The FBI didn't know.
I have no idea then. It goes back a long time ago.
Yeah, I just wondered. I saw a thing on it.
Not exactly something I woke up thinking about this morning.
But I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting topic, and I never heard on that. I wonder what you thought about it.
Yeah.
So, and you know, she was kind of from your age group, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, I mean, Dorothy Kilgallen was on TV back in the day. I mean, way back in the day. So
like a female journalist. I mean, she was.
She was ahead of her time in some ways.
Wait, I mean, she was the only investigative reporter in America investigating the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
You know, and not just buying the this little nerd from Texas. I'm sorry that she and it got her killed.
Well, we don't know that. That's speculation. You don't know why.
Well,
she was
it's
killed.
a pretty good speculation, though.
No, it's speculation is speculation.
Sure. I mean, she died with like 4 or 5 barbiturates, and it wasn't known for being a drug abuser.
But you never know, do you?
She died much the same way as Marilyn Monroe did. Imagine that. So well, I just thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd
good enough.
Pop it off you and see what you think.
Good enough. Thanks. Bye-bye. It's strong to even say murder because we don't know that she was murdered. She could have taken her own life for all we know. Anyway, lines are open for you here on WSGW. Give us a call. Let's chat on this Monday morning.
Retirement is more than a newly discovered free time. It's a time to reflect on how you'll be remembered and your legacy. It's important to make proper arrangements now. Tune in to WSGW every Sunday at 8 a.m. to your Financial Empower Hour with Jason and Carl Kreiderman from Great Lakes Investment Advisors in Midland. Learn how to structure your retirement savings to increase the value of your estate and help leave the legacy you want. Plus, call Great Lakes Investment Advisors today and complimentary Legacy Maximizer at 989-835-7203. That's 989-835-7203. This commercial shall in no way be construed as solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or where otherwise permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar. Natural. Made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
You want to be a showstopper like The Miz? You want to be awesome? Then you'll want to have a game plan. Whether you're a champion or a bettor, you've got to be responsible. The DraftKings Sportsbook offers all the tools you need. You can set a realistic budget and bet within your means. You can set time, deposit, and wager limits so you can have a personal game plan for having fun while being responsible. I practice safe bets, and so should you. Visit DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming to learn about all these tools and more.
Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/responsible gaming for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Crude oil prices continuing to surge, now up more than 3% a barrel. This after OPEC decided not to alter its production quotas, despite an EU price cap in effect starting today on Russian exports. Restaurant and trade voter signatures for a ballot measure to try and halt the implementation of a new California law that would set the minimum wage for the fast food industry as high as $22 an hour next year and establish new workplace standards. Governor Gavin Newsom signed the legislation saying it'd give fast food workers a stronger voice in determining their wages and working environments. And Tesla shares under pressure in the pre-market on reports the electric vehicle giant is planning to cut output for its Model Y more than 20% in December at its plant in Shanghai. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lilian Wu, invested in you.
Starting to realize your small business is a little overwhelmed by the holiday rush? It's still not too late to get all of your shipping and mailing under control with Stamps.com. Sign up right now, and you'll be printing your own postage in just minutes with discounted USPS and UPS shipping rates. Just go to Stamps.com page and use code BUSINESS for a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale. That's Stamps.com, code BUSINESS.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions.
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
WSGW invites you to join with Covenant Kids, Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. It's an opportunity for you to help shine a little light into the lives of hospitalized children during the holidays. Every night from Monday, December 5th through Friday, December 9th, you're invited to the Covenant Healthcare parking lot at 1000 Houghton Avenue in Saginaw. You can start gathering around 6:30 p.m. and at 7 o'clock, we'll shine lights toward the windows of the hospitalized kids for 2 minutes. You can shine flash or anything that lights up. Free flashlights will be provided to the first 100 attendees each night by Impact Saginaw Credit Unions. Each evening, a different musical act will be featured for entertainment, from cookies and hot chocolate and more to be given away. And you can further help by donating a new unwrapped toy at Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. Visit WSGW.com and click on the Lights Before Christmas box for all the information you need so you can join in.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show, one news outlet is now saying Democrats can deny elections, but that doesn't make them election deniers.
What is that, election dabblers? Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
Back with you here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW. Great to be with you on this Monday. You all set for the holidays? Tell you what, they're not creeping up on us. They're running toward us. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. And I've said this many times before, but the older you get, time seems to move faster. And I know that there are still 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day. I know all that, but yet it just seems to move faster and faster. There was a little survey I saw, a psychological survey asking how old you feel. Not how old you are, but what does your mind tell you how old you are? And the article was alluding to the fact that apparently psychologically feeling younger actually extends your life. And I guess, I understand that. I'm no spring chicken. I'm going to be 80 in February. And my mind tells me I'm, I don't know, 45, 50 years old. My body tells me I'm going to be 80. But my mind tells me that, I think younger and I react younger. I also foolishly try and do the same things I could do at 45. I can't run like I used to. I can't do some of the physical things that I used to be able to do with the same speed. And, and anybody who's, reached my age on the golf course knows they lose a lot of yardage in their swings. And it's just it's a sign of the times. You get older and you don't have the muscle formation. You don't have the strength you used to have. You don't have the flexibility you used to have, particularly if you don't do a lot of things to help those things. If you don't exercise, if you don't do strength conditioning and things of that nature, you're going to lose body mass. You're going to lose muscle mass. So, where I used to be able to hit a golf ball 250 yards, now I hit a golf ball 210 yards if I'm lucky. And, and I've lost a couple of clubs on every shot. So you learn to adjust. I've also learned to play from the front tees. Makes the game more fun for me. So I don't know. I just, I read that little article and I said, yeah, I can understand. I can understand how it might, extend your life thinking young and doing things. But by the same token, your body's your body. And no matter what your mind tells you, trust your body. I've learned to trust my body more than my mind when it comes to life, because my mind will tell me to do things my body doesn't want me to do. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. I mentioned before talking to Carl, I think, that the Senate may move to legalize pot in the lame duck session. And there is bipartisan support for it. They're calling it significant marijuana legislation, and they'd like to pass it by the end of the year. And what this legislation would do, and apparently there is a lot of support for it in Washington, it would allow for cannabis companies to access banking institutions. Now, the reason they can't do it now is that marijuana is illegal under federal law. And as such, banks, which are members of the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or credit unions, which are members of the Federal Credit Union Organization, cannot accept money from cannabis businesses because they'd be violating federal law. They're federal institutions. They're at least insured federally. So they have to abide by the federal regulations, which say that marijuana is still illegal. Consequently, these businesses are illegal under federal law. Now, the reality is that, as I mentioned earlier, the horse is out of the barn. I don't know. It's got to be, what, 30 states or more that have now enacted legalization of marijuana in one form or another, many of them even going so far, like Michigan, to have recreational marijuana. So, you know, the time has come for the industry to be recognized as legal. Now, the Banking Act that they're talking about, the SAFE Banking Act, would allow cannabis businesses in states where it's legal to open bank accounts and get loans. And it has already passed the House 6 times. 6 times. And there are some pretty heavy Republicans working on this too. Chuck Schumer and Senator Jeff Merkley on the Democrat side. Republicans, including Senators Steve Daines, Dan Sullivan, and Rand Paul, have been pushing for this. The Justice Department wants to make sure that this legislation doesn't unintentionally make it harder for law enforcement to prosecute other crimes involving other drugs or money laundering. But in the end, I mean, the bottom line is eventually they're going to have to decriminalize marijuana. No two ways about it. Because, I mean, you know, it's way too late. The federal government isn't going to run into 30 some odd states and close them down because they're selling marijuana. It's out of their hands. The states have really done an end run around the federal law. But the industry still has the banking problem. So it needs to be solved. All right, a quick break, and then we'll get back. Errol, hang on. You will be first when we return here on WSGW.
Bay City Bridge Partners is bringing you the same convenient route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's best restaurants and attractions. It's Liberty Bridge, but better. With a smooth new deck surface, new, more reliable bascule mechanics, electronics, and time and fuel costs, and adding another 75 years of life to help elevate and grow the Bay City community. Learn about the ease of electronic tolling and pre-register for a transponder account at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why would you pay full price when you know you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out our deals from Super Cute in Freeland, Bearded Axe, Patriot Carpet Cleaning, Applied Training Solutions, and Westside Decorating. Half off? Yeah, it's true. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, here's my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online, and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 7.99% APR with AutoPay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay and save money at a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.99% APR to 21.49% APR and include a 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salonpas pain relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salonpas patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas reported mood and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salonpas. It's good medicine.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal, Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. At woundedwarriorproject.org.
I'm taking my premium audio with me everywhere I go. With Raycon. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. With 3 sound profiles to match whatever I'm listening to. Plus noise isolation and awareness mode. So I can choose to be immersed in sound or tune into my surroundings whenever I need to. I can listen while I travel or during a grueling workout with optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. These earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they do not budge. With Raycon, I also get 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. And I love this. They start at half audio brands. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 4 5-star reviews. See for yourself what all the hype is about. Right now, you can go to buyraycon.com/Nick Cannon and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Nick Cannon for 15% off. Buyraycon.com/Nick Cannon.
It's the Ontario Hockey League action of your Saginaw Spirit.
He felt that he had the space necessary to pull it off. Down here, Haight has it after an offense, his own face-off. Hunter Haight, a shot, rang it off the iron, and they score! Zane Parekh on the loose puck.
Tune in Tuesday night for Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit will try to visit the Erie Otters. Complete coverage begins Tuesday night at 6:45. 5FM News Radio, WSGW.
All season long, it's Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show, and let's get back to our phones. Errol is in Saginaw. Errol, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. I'm on the top side of the grass. It ain't a bad day. you want a perspective if you're in place as to whether you're old or not. I was in the checkout line a few days ago out at Myers, and there's a lady in back of me with a couple of kids in there, but this one was maybe 4 or 5. So the little girl looks up at me and she said to her mama, "What's the matter with him?" She said, "Well, he's an elderly gentleman." The little girl says, "My, he's ugly." So what's a perspective? You think that kid's not
out of the mouths of babes.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, so I thought, I'll give you a little perspective on whether.
Yeah. So did you go home? Did you go home and check in the mirror to see if she was correct?
Yeah. No, I don't have any mirrors in the house anymore. You remember what I weighed when I was on the department?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think I weighed?
Now or then?
Then.
I would guess 220.
265.
Oh, were you really? No, I wouldn't have picked you that heavy. Now you're about 140?
137.
Close enough.
Yes, it is. I'm still here, and I'm going to stay here because I've come on this earth to harass some people that I know. So,
and I'm among them.
I keep getting asked, why are you still alive? As if I'm here to harass you. So, anyway, that's my thoughts for today. Enjoy
All right.
your Christmas, sir.
You too. Errol, take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Errol is, I've known him. He was one of the, Errol was probably one of the first people I ever met when we moved here in 74. He was a battalion chief in the fire department, and I was sent to cover a couple of fires, and there he was. And he would talk to you, would actually talk to you, So I've known Errol a long time. But, on the one hand, it's amazing what little ones will say because they have no fear. They just, whatever's on their mind comes out of their mouth. But age is a state of mind. It truly is. I mean, I read that article and it's saying that if you think young, you'll live longer and all of that. I don't know. Do we have a choice? I mean, for some people, I've known some people who get old act old and don't think young. And consequently, they really don't enjoy life as much as they could. It's like sitting around waiting for the Grim Reaper, you know. And then I've known a lot of people who think very young, but are older individuals. And they just go about their business. They just do their thing. I mean, I do my, I'm like I said earlier, I think young, but my body tells me I'm not. But by goodness, I'll tell you what, I try and defeat my body every day. I get up and I go about my business as if it was 40 years ago, because that's the way I think. Now, whether that really and truly extends your life, I can't tell you that. I don't know. It was an interesting article. But the reality is I feel better about myself because I think that way. You know, I may be coming up on my 80th birthday in February, but I don't, to be honest with you, other than talking about it once in a while on the show, or somebody asks me, I don't think about it. It's just a number. It's just a number. You know, the reality to all of us is when God says it's our time, it's our time. End of story. End of story. Nobody escapes this life alive. Think about that. We all have our time, and our time will come. You might as well make it as enjoyable as you can while you have the time. So anyway, so much for that. Line's open for you. Give us a call if you got something on your mind. We'd like to chat with you this morning.
Homeowners, Bob Wilsey of SunTech Wind and Solar here in Standish. Are you looking for energy independence for your home? You should be. Michigan utilities are closing their remaining coal plants soon, resulting in more power outages. Home solar with battery backup not only provides power during the grid outage, it reduces your light bill every day the sun shines. Unlike a generator, it just sits there. I'd love to show you how it all works. Come visit us at 319 South Main Street in Standish. Suntech-windsolar.com.
Your day starts before the sun rises. Once your boots hit the ground, you head out to a field, a barn, or a tractor. As stewards of the land, you know anything worth doing is worth doing right. At Farm Bureau Insurance, we've always believed in and practiced this same philosophy. From heaving bales and weaning calves to spring seeding and fall harvests, it's all about an honest day's work. Knowing your insurance provider is rooted in Michigan offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience of trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Find your coverage in Vassar, Millington, and Mayville. Call Denny Miller at 989-823-8493.
You want to be a showstopper like The Miz? You want to be awesome? Then you'll want to have a game plan. Whether you're a champion or a bettor, you've got to be responsible. The DraftKings Sportsbook offers all the tools you need. You can set a realistic budget and bet within your means. You can set time, deposit, and wager limits so you can have a personal game plan for having fun. Practice safe bets, and so should you. Visit DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming to learn about all these tools and more.
Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
Craftsman Days at Lowe's are going on now. Get limited time savings across the store like $100 off a V20 6-tool combo kit. Plus, enter the Craftsman Days Ultimate Garage Sweepstakes for a chance to win Craftsman products valued at over $10,000. Learn more at Lowe's.com/Ultimate Garage. Offer valid through 12/31 while supplies last. No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31. Residents of 50 USDC, 18 or older, and age of majority, and have a Lowe's.com account. Void where prohibited. See rules at Lowe's.com/Ultimate Garage. Etc. Sponsor Lowe's.
Hey, listener. Welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it.
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You have the chance to win your mortgage or rent paid for in 2023 up to $18,000. GW Home for the Holidays contest, presented by Dow Credit Union. Enter online at WSGW.com. Look for the Home for the Holidays box. You can enter once per day with bonus entries too. Entry deadline December 21st. Home for the Holidays, presented by Dow Credit Union. Enter online, WSGW.com. The WSGW Morning Team.
WSW online poll for you. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, presidential candidates. Won't be long before the 2024 election becomes more focused. We already know that former President Trump is declaring he'll run again, and current President Biden is leaning that way, voicing opinions against each man, but supporters of both are speaking out too, and in some ways against. Do you think that President Biden and former President Trump should be candidates in 2024? Answers: I think they both should. I think they both should not. I think President Biden should, but not former President Trump. I think former President Trump should, not President Biden. Find a poll box when you go to WSW.com and scroll down the homepage and make your vote.
I'm just saying, I will not be surprised that they're both on the ballot in 2024.
It would astound me.
Joe Biden would be, what, 82 by then?
82. Donald Trump will be about 78. I'm just saying.
We will mark it down. No shock value for Pat Johnston.
Your morning team, 5 West GW.
All right. Little music of the season in the background. We actually managed to get all of our holiday shopping done early this year. Normally, I'm a last-minute shopper. I don't know about you, but normally in the past, the last week before Christmas, for example, when I haven't got the vaguest idea what I'm going to buy for someone, like my wife, for example, I hit the streets, I hit my favorite places, and eventually I see that perfect thing. You know, it just happens. Just happens. But I haven't done that last couple of years. Pretty well known going in what we each wanted. And no surprises, no last minute heroics. This year I got it all done. Done early. So I'm not sure I like it, to tell you the truth. Not sure I like being done early. There's a certain anticipation in that last week before the holiday, before Christmas, of going out and trying to find that perfect item. I kind of liked it that way. So I may have to consider next year going back to the old system. There's a certain challenge, which I like. I like challenges. There's a certain fun in it. And then there's a certain discovery when all of a sudden that perfect item appears before you. And you say, that's what I've been looking for. Oh, well. Say, by the way, you know, we talk about the holidays. There was a study, why, I don't know, but there was a study on Michigan's favorite treats for Christmas. Now, there's apparently, this study is done in every state. And nationally, 28 states out of the 50 United States chose cheesecake as the number one Christmas treat. But not in Michigan. It was number 2 in Michigan. Here is the list. Here are the 5 treats that are the favorites for us folks here in Michigan. And these are ranked in order of popularity this year. I'll go from 5 to 1. Number 5, eggnog. I'm not an eggnog fan, but it was number 5 in the state of Michigan. Number 4, hot chocolate. I'd move that up this time of year, but it's number 4 in Michigan. The number 3 overall favorite holiday treat, the cinnamon roll. Number 2 in Michigan was the national favorite, cheesecake. And the number 1 favorite treat in Michigan was the sugar cookie. And that one I understand. I've seen sugar cookies everywhere. Everywhere. So that's it. I don't know how that stacks up with how you like treats in Michigan, but again, number 1, sugar cookies. Number 2, cheesecake. Number 3, cinnamon roll, which I kind of, I don't look at the cinnamon roll as a holiday treat because it's around all year. Of course, so are sugar cookies, but this time of year they get decorated. Hot chocolate, it's around all the time. Eggnog, not so much. I've never been an eggnog fan. Never. Of course, I'm a teetotaler, so I wouldn't want the boozy kind. But I'm not even big on the flavor of it. But what can I tell you? That's what the people said. The people have spoken. All right, we're going to take our last break this hour and come back and close out, and then we'll tell you what's ahead for the next hour.
Get more for your Medicare dollar in Michigan with a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan, it's easier than ever to get more for your Medicare dollar, including better than ever dental, vision, over-the-counter, and prescription drug coverage. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 586-842-3770. That's 586-842-3770. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan or area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on is for the Bubble Tea Brew House. You are going to get a family 4-pack of bubble teas from the Bubble Tea Brew House in Saginaw for only $12. It's usually $24, but you are getting it half off. The Bubble Tea Brew House is located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw, and they have hundreds of flavor combinations. Literally, you pick it, you get it. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease, asthma, diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52, 36, 42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. May have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com. I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
GW inviting you to explore America's last frontier, Alaska, from August 30th to September 10th, 2023. You'll fly from Detroit to Fairbanks for the start of a 12-day land and sea adventure. Ride the stern wheel of discovery as you learn about Alaska's diverse culture and rich history. Then it's on to Denali National Park for a tundra wilderness tour. From Denali, you'll ride a luxury dome rail car to Talkeetna and stay at the Talkeetna Alaskan Lodge. The next day finds you driving to Whittier to board Holland America's New Amsterdam for a 7-night cruise. You'll see Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay, plus stops in Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan, before sailing the inside nation of Vancouver, BC. Past experience tells us this will sell out fast. For a brochure, send your address to me and I will forward the brochure to you. Send to artlewis@wsgw.com. That's ARTLEWIS at WSGW.com. Alaska is calling.
Check out the WSGW Sports Broadcast page on WSGW.com. Want to know when and which WSGW station you can hear the Tigers, Red Wings, Michigan football and basketball, Saginaw Spirit hockey, and SVSU football? Click on the Sports Broadcast box on WSGW.com.
All right, we're heading up toward the top of the hour. And that, of course, will be news time. We'll have news from CBS. Michael Percher will be in the newsroom to bring you the local report. And then we will be back to talk to the Midland County Administrator. All of that is ahead this morning on WSGW.
From the premier kitchen and bath gallery GW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Supreme Court hears arguments this hour in the case of Littleton, Colorado graphic designer Lori Smith, who's refused to create wedding websites for same-sex couples.
Colorado is not only telling me what I can't say, they're telling me what I must say.
She says that violates her religious beliefs and right to free speech. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser interprets it differently.
This is not only about equal rights based on sexual orientation or gender identity. This is about equal rights based on religion, ethnicity, or race.
This is the last day for the candidates in tomorrow's Senate runoff in Georgia to get out the vote. Correspondent Nicole Killian is in Atlanta.
CBS News has learned that Herschel Walker is expected to hold a tele-rally with former President Donald Trump, while Senator Warnock is kicking off workers and deploying surrogates across the state.
Police in North Carolina are looking for suspects after power was knocked out to thousands of homes in Moore County. Last night, temperatures were near freezing. CBS's Mark Strassman.
Officials here say that the outages began Saturday night after two power substations were intentionally targeted and damaged by gunfire. This was intentional. Crews found signs of vandalism. Multiple pieces of equipment were damaged. Repairs may go on for days. The Moore County Sheriff said authorities have not determined a motive, but that the attack was targeted.
Officials in Ukraine say Russia has launched a massive missile attack across the country. Russia's reporting 2 explosions at air bases there. The BBC's Steve Rosenberg from Moscow.
According to Russian news agencies, at least 3 people were killed and several others injured when a fuel tanker exploded at a military airfield near Ryazan in central Russia. Also this morning, reports of an explosion in Engels Air Base. Long-range Russian strategic bombers are believed to be based there.
President Putin drove a Mercedes across a bridge linking Crimea and Russia that was damaged in an explosion in October. Wall Street Journal's reporting restaurant and trade groups have submitted enough voter signatures to try to stop a new California law that would set minimum wages for fast food workers next year. And a leading Hollywood man caught President Biden's attention at last night's Kennedy Center honors in Washington.
The thing I respect most about George, I mean it sincerely, is deep empathy.
George Clooney spoke to the Washington Post about the value of the honors.
Go home and look at a blank wall without any art on it, without any pictures on it. Don't watch a movie and don't listen to music and have a really nice life. It adds all the flavor.
The Dow is down 277 points. S&P off 34. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
A 401k can be an important asset for many Americans' retirements. You've made contributions to your 401k every single paycheck for years. Tune in Sundays at 8 a.m. on WSGW for your Financial Empower Hour with Jason and Carl Kreiderman from Great Lakes Investment in Midland. They will give you information like how your 401k's tax advantages and portability may enable workers to build sizable and important nest eggs. But its flexibility can also be costly if you aren't aware of potential mistakes. Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a guide that will teach you how to avoid an IRS early distribution penalty and full taxation on rollovers, the little-known weapon you can use, your most mistake-proof option, and more. Request your guide today at 989-835-7203 or visit GreatLakesInvestmentAdvisors.com. This commercial shall in no way be construed as solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or where otherwise permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor. Services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
God, I'm so stressed about my business not being ready for the holidays. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com to learn more. Ooma, smart communications for the smarter business.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 32 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. A Midland man is accused of sexually assaulting a teen girl. 39-year-old Stephen Eastman is charged with first, second, and third-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor for allegedly assaulting the girl, who reported the assault to a school resource officer. Eastman is being held in the Midland County Jail without bond. His next court date is December 20th. Fire officials and police in Shiawassee County are investigating the cause of a bridge fire that started Saturday morning. The fire completely destroyed the Newberry Road wooden railroad trestle bridge railway line, causing it to collapse onto the railroad tracks below it. The iconic bridge had been a place of countless memories for area residents, but it was also known as a party spot and had caught fire from suspected arson in the past. Officials say the fire caused delays of trains along the line as far away as Chicago. No injuries were reported. Anyone with information about the fire is asked to call 989-720-TIPS. That's TIPS. Residents around Midland will have a chance to hear from Santa Claus in a special event December 12th. Ask Santa Anything, Santa Claus Live, will be hosted on MCTV starting at 7 p.m. Viewers can send in questions to be answered by St. V Community Voices YouTube or the MCTV Facebook page. Parents can include children's first names in the questions for a more personalized response. Organizers say only questions of the nice variety will be included, while naughty or inappropriate comments and questions will be ignored. Questions will be answered in the order they received, and anyone interested can follow the MCTV Facebook page to receive a notification when the Q&A goes live. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
We could all use a little more sweetness in our lives. Edible is your local stop for sweet treats and special gifts for any occasion, from spectacular chocolate-dipped fruit bouquets to refreshing smoothies and creamy cheesecakes. Edible makes it easy to treat yourself and others to something sweet. Find a store near you at edible.com and pick up a Fruit Fix box of chocolate sweet from Edible Arrangements on Tittabawassee and Saginaw.
Is there anything better than just sitting outdoors enjoying nature? Well, I mean, I guess this chair could be a recliner. That'd be better. But there definitely wouldn't be anything better than that. Unless, of course, the recliner had one of those fancy built-in massagey things. Oh, and a bacon skillet.
There's always a better way to do things. With triple stacked Enlist E3 varieties for proven performance, Zetavo soybean seed is seed done right. Zetavo from MS Technologies is distributed exclusively by BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast. The state is touting an online career exploration tool preparing those looking for a new job. It's called Pathfinder. The Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity Office of Employment and Training says there are more than 100,000 jobs on the site right now. Pathfinder was recently updated to include credential information from other state agencies so job seekers can see if licenses or certificates are needed for a certain occupation. They say all of the information is intended to help students of all ages, parents, school staff, and career counselors make informed choices about educational and career options. This, as the governor's office encourages Michiganders to explore the career pathways available to them during Career Exploration and Awareness Month. Gas prices in Michigan are continuing to drop.
The current statewide price, $3.44 a gallon. That's down 19 cents from a week ago, 78 cents from this time last month. In Metro Detroit, the average price for a gallon of gas is $3.28. It's down 96 cents from this time in November, actually 3 cents cheaper than this time a year ago.
Correspondent Greg Bowman says overall, Michigan is still slightly above the national average of $3.41 per gallon. A Dearborn man has been charged for alleged anti-Semitic threats and remarks he made outside a Bloomfield and synagogue. Oakland County prosecutors charged Hassan Shauker with 2 counts of ethnic intimidation. The 35-year-old is accused of making racist threats and anti-Semitic remarks to parents, young children, and security personnel at Temple Beth El Preschool on Friday morning. Shocker was taken into custody by the Dearborn Police Department. He remains behind bars awaiting arraignment. WSGW News Time 10:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see a few spotty rain showers possible late today, otherwise partial sunshine to the 40s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, a slight chance for rain and snow mixing, then becoming all snow late. Cloudy and low near 31. By Tuesday, cloudy skies, high of 41 degrees. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and high around 43. Thursday, partial sunshine, high 39. Then on Friday, a chance for snow showers, cloudy skies, high around 38 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 32.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you questions that express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And welcome back to the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW, hour number 2. Nice to have you with us this morning. And I am pleased to welcome to the program the Midland County Administrator. We say good morning to Bridgette Gransden. Bridgette, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're more than welcome. Always look forward to the conversation. So let me start out. This is kind of an overview question. If I were to say to you, Bridgette, what are the biggest issues facing Midland County today? What would they be?
Well, I think that everyone probably is wondering, would wonder where we're restoration and working with our partnership with Four Lakes Task Force is probably one of the biggest questions that most people in the community would have. And, we have worked a lot on managing our ARPA money. And I think probably, as I mentioned the last couple times, we are not protected as local government from the issues of finding qualified staff to fill our empty positions. We're just like all other areas of business, and but I think we're making a little bit of progress there.
Well, let's go back to the top issue on the list, because I agree. I think that probably is the forefront issue on people's minds. So in terms of the dam projects and the restoration, how far along are we, and when do you expect to see finality?
Well, so just in case folks aren't aware, there are 4 different dams. The project bids have been received for the smaller dams, Secord and Smallwood, and those are the 2 furthest north. And I think that there's going to be a public communication on that December 9th about who's been awarded the project bid. The Secord, the final restoration permit's been issued. I think that was in early November, and we're on track to begin construction on time with that. We've got some pull-ahead projects outside of that primary restoration that have already started, and the installation of the rock and the steel sheet pilings already begun. So once that's done, the embankment will be strengthened, and the erosion and of the bank, which threatened a lot of homes, has been one of the biggest issues that Four Lakes Task Force has, had to address immediately before we even started working on other projects like, rebuilding the dams in Edenville and Sanford.
I was going to say, because the two dams, Secord and Smallwood, they did not fail during the floods, did they?
Not in the same way that Edenville and Sanford did.
Yeah.
I mean, they were not able to retain water because the water levels were too high and they went over, but the embankments did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Smallwood also has some full-head projects, and those should start shortly, too. We haven't gotten the restoration permit yet on that. We're still waiting for an EPA review, but, we've got our fingers crossed that that's going to be coming pretty soon. I would say Sanford, we've submitted about 60% of the design plans to Eagle, and the bottomland debris removal is still on track to wrap up by the end of this year, which is going to be a huge step in moving forward. We don't want to we don't want water to stay until we've got all the debris removed. I don't have a whole bunch of news yet on Edenville. I know they're still working on the engineering and permitting, but the debris removal is underway, and they've got a few erosion projects, like I mentioned, that are still in process. But I think those they might be on track to wrap up by the end of 2022 also.
So, Bridgette, you talk about debris removal. What exactly is that? I mean, obviously, before we reflood those lakes, something's going to have to be done with the vegetation and everything else that's in there. But what constitutes debris?
Well, debris can be be what you call white goods, which are like, someone's refrigerator that managed to float downstream. But there's a lot of vegetative debris. There's a lot of stumps and trees and branches. And of course, if you've driven by there at all, Art, you'll notice all of the poplar trees that have started to grow. And
yes, that's why I ask.
I think they grow about 8 foot every month, it seems like. So they're going to be pretty high by the time that we want to put water in. So that's one of the things that Four Lakes has been very, very diligent about, is making sure that and that they have a plan for all of that vegetation to be, pretty much under control or removed before we start, before the dam structures are rebuilt and water starts filling the lake bed.
I know in talking with the city of Midland, they're talking about, flood resolution, if you will, how to minimize floods. Is the county part of that too?
Oh, yeah. So the county and the city, both Brad Kay and I are ex officio members of the infrastructure committee with the Midland Business Alliance. And one of the primary focuses of that committee is to try and find ways to offlet water before it gets to the village of Sanford and the city of Midland, so that there are not, so that the risk is significantly reduced. I know that we actually have a collaborative arrangement with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineer and Midland Business Alliance, the county does. So we've received grant funding, and we've got an agreement that has been signed by all three parties to continue to move forward with that. We've gotten about $3 million in funding from the state of Michigan to help with that project. And additionally, I know that there's been some public communication by the infrastructure committee on more flood mitigation and resolution projects. The County Board of Commissioners in the month of November approved a resolution in support of that project, and I believe the price tag on that is about $117 million. So there's going to have to be a lot of conversation with legislators looking for that funding to help with that.
Was there any discussion on maybe using some of the ARPA funds toward this?
No, not at this point. There's been a lot of other infrastructure funds available. I jokingly say that, local government has never seen an influx of funding from the federal government like they have since, COVID CARES Act money and ARPA money. And we aren't the only ones. The state of Michigan has also received a lot of money. It's not very often in my over 28 years here that I think this is the only time I've been able to say Lansing is bleeding money right now. So let's see what they can do for the local government.
Problem is when that money runs out, then they're just going to be bleeding.
Well, right. And that's true. I mean, one of the things that we've tried to make sure that we reiterate to even the departments here is that the grant funding is wonderful, but when grant funding runs out, we need to make sure that what we're doing is sustainable.
Yeah.
So that sustainability piece is something that local governments have been challenged with for many decades, as you know. So we're good at that part.
Bridgette, hang on. I got to take a break. We'll come back and have some more discussion with Bridgette Gransden. She is the Midland County Administrator. And let me take a moment to ask about your 401k. You know, 401ks can be an important asset for many American retirements. You made contributions to your 401k every single paycheck for years, even decades. Its tax advantages and portability may enable workers to build sizable and important nest eggs. But its flexibility can also be costly if you aren't aware of potential mistakes. Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a guide that will teach you how to avoid an IRS early distribution penalty and full taxation on rollovers. A little-known weapon you can use, your most mistake-proof option, and more. Request your guide today by calling 989-835-7203 or visit GreatLakesInvestmentAdvisors.com. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or where otherwise permitted. Topic should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
Why would you pay full price when you know you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out our deals from Super Cute in Freeland, Bearded Axe, Patriot Carpet Cleaning, Applied Training Solutions, and Westside Decorating. Half off? Yeah, it's true. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, here's my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online, and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR, but with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as percent APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money at a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.99% APR to 21.49% APR and include a 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
Craftsman Days at Lowe's are going on now. Get limited time savings across the store like $100 off a V20 6-tool combo kit. Plus, enter the Craftsman Days Ultimate Garage Craftsman products valued at over $10,000. Learn more at Lowe's.com/Ultimate Garage. Offer valid through 12/31 while supplies last. No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31. Residents of 50 USDC, 18 or older in age of majority and have a Lowe's.com account. Void where prohibited. See rules at Lowe's.com/Ultimate Garage for entry instructions, odd prices, etc. Sponsor Lowe's.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks dropping in early trading on Wall Street. Alibaba, Tencent, and other Chinese e-commerce stocks among the big gainers in Hong Kong as China relaxes COVID-19 related restrictions in some cities. Several reports say Amazon and Apple plan to on Twitter. This after Twitter offered incentives to ad agencies to raise their spending on the social media platform,
including a 100% match on their spending. So if you spend $1 million, they'll give you free advertising for $1 million. And that's because you've had major companies, I counted at least almost close to 100, pausing their ads on Twitter. Now, Amazon spends around $100 million on Twitter each and every year.
Fox's Susan Lee. Some advertisers say they were concerned by Twitter after employees who work on content moderation lost their jobs after Elon Musk's takeover. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
We conquer cancer. For the mom-to-be who is out of treatment options. For the doctor who has a brilliant idea but needs research funding. For the people who faced cancer head-on and climbed incredible heights while they were with us. For the children who celebrate the end of chemo. We conquer cancer for all who have been touched by it. Conquer Cancer accelerates breakthroughs in research and care for every cancer, every patient, everywhere. Join us at conquer.org.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others. Want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer. And discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery. 5 important things to do to much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com. Prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
On the next Markley, Van Camp and Robbins show, one news outlet is now saying Democrats can deny elections, but that doesn't make them election deniers.
What is that, election dabblers? Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
And we're back with you talking to Bridgette Gransden. She is the Midland County Administrator. Bridgette, we came through the recent election. Many changes in Midland?
Not really. We have one new commissioner that will be starting in January. There is a recount for one other commissioner seat, and I believe that takes place on Monday. Local recounts can't happen until after the State Board of Canvassers certifies the election results. So I'm hoping that early next week we'll have some idea of what the final result of that seat is.
I have to tell you, I've always chuckled at that you can't do a recount until the Board of Canvassers certifies the election. But how can they certify the election until they know what the recount is?
Yeah, it's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome to local government, Art.
Yeah, I know it. Let's go back for a minute to your ARPA money. Have you spent all your ARPA dollars now? Are they all accounted for?
No, we have not. But that was a perfect segue. Legitimately, we could have kept every penny of the ARPA funding for our lost revenue.
Right.
Because that was about where we calculated what that lost, the number of that was. And Midland County got about $16 million in ARPA funding. The Board of Commissioners early on, I know a lot of communities were trying to do grants. We're not really supposed to do grants according to Treasury, the Michigan Department of Treasury. So, and we're not, it's not what we do. It's not our daily function. My recommendation, the board agreed to a partnership with the Midland Area Community Foundation, and we gave them in 2022 $1,000 to sort of start a grant process. And if you remember when we finally got the final rules for ARPA, they encouraged us to try and do things that were transformational. So just in the last month, the Community Foundation had their first grant awards for the $600,000 that we gave them to manage for us. And they really looked at things that had an impact on, security and basic needs and mental health and housing needs. I think they gave away 7 different grants Creative 360 received a grant. Part of their, for example, one of their programs that they do at Creative 360 is trauma-informed yoga. So that will be something available to folks who are dealing with trauma and looking for a different way to help manage mental health and wellness. And just as an example, Messiah Lutheran Church runs what's called the Bridge Food Center. That is really to, I don't know, are you aware of what the Bridge Food Center is, Art?
I've heard about it, but I'm not familiar with it.
Well, it is an opportunity for people who fall under a specific household income, and to shop at very reduced prices for things like for grocery items. And they've recently added fruits and vegetables. I mean, it's not the same kind of selection you would find at or Meyer, but it's still at a reduced cost. They have meat, they have frozen things, and the whole purpose, one of the main focuses of the Bridge is to help people in these situations maintain their dignity, right? It's to not make them feel as if they're getting a handout, but allowing them to shop for themselves and for the needs that their families have, and still be able to walk away and not feel as if there's any sort of stigma. You know, it's an education. It's staffed by volunteers, and its continued funding is a lot through donations in the Messiah Lutheran Church. And as you know, there is a lot of, you know, food scarcity for people, particularly with prices going up.
I was going to say inflation is it's a killer.
Right. So, and there's just others. I mean, housing insecurity and instability also is a large thing, I know, and there's not a lot of housing stock in Midland, in this community, and even low to middle income housing stock, whether it's single family residences or apartments. So I'm really impressed at the variety of projects and organizations and programs that were funded through the Community Foundation through this first round with the ARPA funding. I think the board of commissioners can really be proud of the partnership that we have with them and how this worked out. So I think the lowest grant was $55,000 or $50,000, and the highest was $125,000.
All right, let's. I want to go back to another one you mentioned up front: staffing problems and finding employees. How is the county doing, and what are your areas of greatest need?
Well, we have made some changes to pay scale structure. Trying to raise our entry level wages, and actually even, add a little bit of incentive at the top for people who maybe not have been here 28 years like I have, but folks that have been here maybe 6 or 7 years, maybe 8, and there's a lot of opportunity to pretty much go anywhere they want to. A lot of organizations outside of local government are better at offering remote work. So if people are looking for an opportunity to work remotely, they may be able to find better wages and not have to leave the home very often. So we've tried to financially incentivize staff, but I would say professional positions are really difficult to fill. Whether it is, management positions, department head level positions, technical positions like, assistant prosecuting attorneys and accountants, and even law enforcement is still, it's hard to fill law enforcement positions as well. But even in the health department, it's hard to fill nursing positions. Right? We serve, local government sort of spans a lot of areas of focus that business and large nonprofits have, like hospitals and corporations, that, we're competing with them.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough everywhere right now.
Yeah.
And yet, I mean, supposedly the colleges and universities and trade schools are cranking them out.
Yep, they are.
Where are they?
I guess they just need to be a little faster.
I guess so. Well, Bridgette,
I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to just share one thing that we did here in Midland.
Please.
And I just think it's a really positive thing. And I reached out to my counterparts across the Great Lakes Bay region, and we really, I think, made an impact across the region. And that was an initiative that the National Association of Counties partnered with the National Association of Veteran Service Officers to implement what they call, and that is where local counties were encouraged to light their buildings green in support and recognition of veterans, particularly those that are coming out of the military and entering civilian life. So we lit the courthouse here in Midland green from November 1st to November 13th, and I encouraged some local businesses and the city of Midland to partner with us, and so the Tridge was lit green, the H Hotel, Dow Diamond lit their scoreboard green. We had a lot here locally, and some of my counterparts in Bay County, Saginaw County, those county buildings were lit green. City of Bay City lit their building green. We had Gratiot County. Also up in Alpena, Alcona County, they lit their Veterans Memorial green with the help of some funding from Independent Bank. I mean, it was really a wonderful outpouring from the community. So I would just love to give all of those peers of mine who helped with that to really make, the great up on the map and support of veterans, just give them a real shout out and say thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that's a good place to end the conversation today, Bridgette. Let me wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll talk to you in the new year, I'm sure.
You too. Thanks so much, Art.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bridgette Gransden, she is the Midland County Administrator. Always look forward to her conversations. And that'll open up the phones now for the remainder of the hour, 989-752-6111. If you got something on your mind, let's hear about it this morning.
Is Frankenmuth Aerial Park on your Christmas list? Here's your chance. Regular adult passes. This Black Friday deal ends on December 17th. Find more info at zipandclimb.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bubble Tea Brew House. You are going to get a family 4-pack of bubble teas from the Bubble Tea Brew House in Saginaw for only $12. It's usually $24, but you are getting it half off. The Bubble Tea Brew House is located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw, and they have hundreds of flavor combinations. Literally, you pick it, you get it. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Moments like making my kids a lot to me, but after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Save on everything for the holidays, from entertaining and cooking to gifting and decor at Bed Bath & Beyond. Great deals on top brands like KitchenAid, Keurig, Shark, iRobot, Revell, Ninja, Calphalon, Tefal, Brookstone, Oral-B, and Homemedics. Save more with our gift of the day with amazing offers every day. Plus, here's a gift just for you. Take 25% off one item by texting GIFT to 239663. That's 663. Welcome the holidays with Bed Bath & Beyond. Offer expires December 11th. Exclusions apply. See website for details.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others. Want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer. Health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery. 5 important things to do to protect your prostate and much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com. Prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, your WSGW morning team.
The announcement has come from the National Toy Hall of Fame. We know the inductees for 2022 are going in. We have a picture on our morning team site in case you want to check that out.
Light Bright.
Light Bright is correct.
He-Man?
Yes, the Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
And
a top?
Yes.
The top?
The top.
What?
The top is one of the oldest toys, more than 5,000 years of history behind the top.
And it's really simple.
Exactly. By the way, the ones that didn't make it, Bingo didn't make it, Briar Horses, Nerf.
Yeah, how does Nerf not make it?
How does Nerf not make it?
Racco and Spirographed.
Spirographed. Was that really a
I guess it's in a classification of playing a game.
I mean, felt like they're trying to sneak in schoolwork with that. It's some geometry or something
like that, yeah.
Art and geometry.
I'm making circles and making diamonds.
In case I didn't like that. I did.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Does it feel like a red wave?
It feels like a red wave.
News coverage.
Folks, that didn't happen. Definitely not a Republican wave, that's for darn sure.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer will lead the state for 4 more years.
We have come a long way, Michigan, a place where women make their own decisions.
Republicans, not Democrats, are in fact looking for answers.
It's abortion, stupid.
Democrats take full control of the Michigan legislature.
News coverage.
We will be in the majority, and Nancy Pelosi will be in the minority.
On WSGW. From the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios, you are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, and to our phone, Sean is in Bay City. Good morning, Sean, and I know you want to know what his baggage is.
Hey, I appreciate you for always taking my call. I really, really do. I know sometimes we get a little heated back and forth.
That's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. But I do want to talk about that for a minute.
Right, and it's not that you can't have your own opinions. It's just if you're going to say, you can't generalize things.
Well, let's
You know
put
what I
it
mean?
this
What
way.
baggage?
Well, you can generalize. People do it all the time. But here's the thing.
Well, I heard
His
some things
biggest
about
piece
you,
of
Art.
his biggest piece of baggage is his mouth. Let's start with that. He doesn't know how to control it. He never has, and I've known him for a long. I've known about him for a long time. Being a New Yorker, I mean, grew up hearing all about the Trumps all the time. His mouth is his biggest piece of baggage, and you know, if you don't believe it, here's a guy who this week said we ought to suspend part of the Constitution so he can be reappointed president. Is that a smart thing to say?
Hey.
Is
No,
that
it's not
a
a smart thing to
no?
say.
It's not. It wasn't smart to
Yeah,
have
I can be
dinner with.
honest and truthful, just like you.
What?
No, that wasn't smart either.
Yeah.
That wasn't smart. But here's the deal. The question I was going to ask you is how come on CBS News, I just heard your thing about an hour ago, no mention of the elephant in the room. Elon and Twitter. The truth is now out there.
Oh, well,
and you
I know it.
made
As
a
a matter of
single
fact, well, let me
piece
tell you,
about it.
I don't. CBS
News, nothing.
Yeah, CBS didn't mention it, but let me tell you that in my stack that I was going to get to after these calls, I have not one but 2 articles about it. Musk's Twitter files reveal the internal struggle on handling of Hunter Biden laptop, and there's also one that's headlined "Musk is learning content moderation is a messy job." But
okay,
you know,
here's what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Do you know You just said Trump's mouth is his biggest problem.
Right.
And he said something about presidency, yada, yada, yada. Well, did you know that the Democratic National Committee said that our First Amendment, Second Amendment was, well, that's not set in stone. That's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I knew that. And
the DNC calling up Twitter and going, hey, can you manipulate and be our propaganda rag?
Yeah,
just like YouTube is and Google is and
right.
all of them.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
And you don't think that the election was stolen?
No, that I don't.
Naive.
No. I do not think the election was stolen. I think there were irregularities in places, but not enough to overcome the vote totals.
Well, if you don't think people would have voted different if they knew that Joe Biden was definitely colluding with China, because it's all true, getting paid and manipulating everything. What do you call that?
That might have impacted some votes. I will grant you that.
Might have?
But the reality is, Sean. All right, so it will have. I don't know how many it will have.
Right. It will have. You darn right it will have.
All right, but you don't know how many. And the reality is the election is over.
Only 10,000 votes. It wouldn't have took many, would it?
Well, the reality is the election is over. It's done.
Reality is
now you have to
cheated at it, and they suppressed information.
That's all it may be. So what you have to do is not live in the past. What you have to do is learn from the past and prevent it in the future.
We prevent YouTube from censoring Republicans and conservatives? How do we prevent Google from censoring Republicans and conservatives? How do we prevent Twitter from
technically you don't.
doing that?
Technically you don't, because they're private companies.
Well,
so you have to learn
you
have to learn how to discount what they say and convince others of your way of thinking.
That's my point to you, Art. That's my whole point. But yet discount it. But yet you're on a radio station that just played CBS Recap News, never even mentioned it. And that was my point to you about Trump has baggage.
Well,
you're all fake. Everything you're saying is a fake propaganda.
Well, come on.
Tell the whole story or don't tell it at all.
In other words, all right, we're not going
to.
We can debate from now till doomsday on that. And the reality is that you're not always going to hear what you want to hear, and others are not going to hear what they want to hear all the time. The Musk story, though,
you don't even get the chance to hear it.
Well, but the Musk story. Well, come on now. The Musk story. The Musk story has been in the news. How else did you learn about it?
I watched the dump on Friday night. I watched all of them come through.
Yeah, so you saw it someplace. So it wasn't hidden. It was out there.
I watched.
Is it a story that you want to hear every newscast, every day, every hour?
Art, the story just got broke that the Democratic National Committee colluded with YouTube to suppress a story for our elections. That's huge. Huge. That is the story of the year, my friend.
Well, it is to you, not to others.
Saying anything about it? It's not to me. They manipulated.
All right.
You don't see that?
Yeah.
And it's YouTube. It's Google. It's
all right. Well, as I said, they're private businesses, and you may be right, but that doesn't change anything. So, hey, I got to run, Sean.
What do you mean? I may be right, but that doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change a thing.
What is that?
Doesn't change a thing. Because it doesn't change a thing. It's your thoughts. It's your way of thinking of it, and you may be right.
The truth, Art.
Okay, fine. You said that. All right. We're going in circles here, Sean. We're going in circles. And I got to take a break. All right, buddy. We'll talk again. Thanks. Sean is always fun to talk to. And we will be back with more. We'll get to Marcellus and Paul when we return.
How did hiring the right person become so difficult? Have to be. Alpha Digital already has targeted databases built to very qualified candidates that are just looking for the right opportunity. That allows you to target exactly who you're trying to reach with a budget that is customized just for you. Learn about all the possibilities by going to alphamediadigital.com today. Find your next star employee with alphamediadigital.com.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language.
That Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to babbel.com to Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Hey, listener, welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it.
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug. Rob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Got money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You want to be a showstopper like The Miz? You want to be awesome? Then you'll want to have a game plan. Whether you're a champion or a bettor, you've got to be responsible. The DraftKings Sportsbook offers all the tools you need. You can set a realistic budget and bet within your means. You can set time, deposit, and wager limits so you can have a personal game plan for having fun while being responsible. I practice safe bets, and so should you. Visit DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming to learn about all these tools and more.
Eligibility restrictions apply. Responsible gaming for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
Hey, it's Dana Cortez, and I'm married to DJ Automatic. When it comes to big life decisions, having options is something I value for our family, especially when it comes to saving money. That's why I love State Farm.
State Farm knows everyone has a budget, and they've got options like insuring your car and your home, getting you great rates on both, or they can help personalize your policy with options so that you can get a surprisingly great rate.
I love that option. Saving money, that's what it's all about, so we bundle our home and our car. So for surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can hear my outdoor magazine show Sunday mornings, 9 till. But now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. The latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9, right here on WSGW 790 AM and 100.5 FM.
All right, let us get back to our phones in the time remaining here on WSGW. And Marcellus is in Saginaw. Marcellus, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, friend. Hope you are too.
I am. It's possible. I think everybody knows that I am a Democrat. I am a Democrat. But I think right now, and I'm going to be quick about this, I think that if the American people, and let me say it like this, whoever think they're going to run for president on the Republican side of the House this time around, I think they need to challenge Donald Trump right now. If they don't challenge him right now and try to wait till next year to, go after the things he's done right now, it's going to be faded in people. And whoever runs has an opportunity. I think Ron DeSantis has probably the best shot at it. But if they don't run now, if they don't start saying what Donald Trump is saying and doing, no matter how radical he talks or how crazy he talks, if they don't put him in his place right now, it shows fear. And if that's the case, then they may lose a voter like me, because I'm a Democrat, and I'm looking for somebody who want to be president, a real president. I don't want to see Joe Biden run again, and I definitely don't want to see Donald Trump run again. And if a Republican step up to the plate and run DeSantis, I'm not too not apt to vote for him. But if he don't step up, say something about this couple of things that happened to Donald Trump, I can't vote for him.
Here's the thing, Marcellus. A lot of what you say, first of all, I agree with. I do think some need to step up. However, there is another theory about it, and that theory is, the old adage: give somebody enough rope to hang themselves. I think a lot of these people that may want to come out and run against Trump in a Republican primary might want to wait and see how much more damage he might do to himself, and then come out. So I think both of these guys, Trump and Biden, have the edge because they're in the news. He's the president, so obviously he's got the platform, and Trump makes his own news all the time, although not always good. But I think that there may be that thought that let's wait and see how damaged he is. So I don't know. I kind of would find myself in your camp. I'd like to know who they're going to be. I'd like to know sooner than later, but I'm not sure it's going to happen.
Yeah, either, but Donald Trump don't hang himself. He always slips through the noose. The noose is never tight around him.
That's one way of looking at it.
And I'm giving him credit for that. He's smart.
Yeah, I know it.
Get him for that, but whoever wants to run against him, they need to come after him right now so people can see, so we can see. Because I can swing. I vote for the man, not the politics.
All right.
So we need to see if somebody can swing a hammer heavier than him. He's got to start now because he's done two things right now that we got to turn our back on those.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
On the Constitution.
All right. Good enough, Marcellus. We'll talk to you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye now. And Paul, I got about a minute and a half. Go ahead real quick.
I agree with you and your previous two callers of everything all three you said. But my two issues are this real quick. Number one, I cannot believe that chocolate chip cookies wasn't in that top five, if not number one.
I'll tell you why. I don't think they're looked at as seasonal at all. They're all the time.
Oh, okay.
They're universal.
Okay. Second issue is during the governor's election, Betsy DeVos promised Tudor Dixon approximately $30 million in TV advertising if she won the primary. Has anybody ever found out why Betsy did not give Tudor that $30 million for advertising?
No, I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know how much she did give her, but certainly there was not
very much.
It was not nearly the advertising for Tudor Dixon that there was for Jennifer Whitmer. That's for sure. No doubt.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, I don't know. I don't know how much she did give. So anyway, all right, good enough.
All right.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
All right.
All right, we're going to take our last break and then come back and close out this edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes down to lower pages of your search results where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
It's Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, the sounds of the season taking us on out today. Thanks for being with us on the Art Lewis Show. Back tomorrow with lots more. Stick around, the news coming up at the top of the hour. And then we will be back with Focus. Today we'll focus on Rocket Grab Plus.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel.
I'm Steve Kathan. Free speech versus gay rights. Right now, the U.S. Supreme Court's hearing arguments in a case brought by a Colorado designer who says state law forces her to do work for same-sex couples that's against her faith. Attorney Kristen Wagoner.
When you are engaging in symbolic speech, whether that be through the creation of a custom wedding cake or a custom wedding website, you are creating speech.
CBS's Jan Crawford at the court.
State Attorney General Phil Weiser says the law is about making sure LGBTQ people are treated equally so that, businesses can't just turn them away.
Investigation in North Carolina where 2 power substations were shot up and knocked offline. CBS's Mark Strassman.
This was intentional. Crews found signs of vandalism. Multiple pieces of equipment were damaged, and Duke Energy officials warned that restoring power could take days, making life very challenging, possibly until Thursday. A state of emergency has been declared here. County schools will be closed today.
Homeland Security has delayed the deadline for real ID enforcement at airports and federal buildings from May of next year to May 2025. Officials say about half of all Americans have real ID now. Now to Georgia, CBS in the final day of intense campaigning in the U.S. Senate runoff.
It's all part of an intense ground game to drive turnout on both sides. This election is so critical. Even though control of the U.S. Senate is no longer on the line, voters say Georgia still matters.
If 2 or 3 of them do not lockstep with the Biden agenda, then we have another potential Republican senator that might break that trend.
We have an opportunity here to create a real majority, a real 51-49 situation. So this is hugely important.
Overseas, Vladimir Putin today drove a Mercedes across the Crimean Bridge to the peninsula less than 2 months after a damaging explosion he blamed on Ukraine. On the Health Watch, a radical new treatment for Parkinson's disease is about to have its first human trials, as we hear from CBS's Vicki Barker.
8 Parkinson's patients will receive transplants of brain tissue grown from stem cells in a Swedish facility early next year. If the procedure does succeed in arresting the degenerative brain condition, then it could be more widely available in about 5 years.
Newly released numbers from Fox and Telemundo indicate the U.S. loss to the Netherlands Saturday at the World Cup was seen by 16.5 million people in this country. Down 200 points. The S&P is down 35. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 888-74-STEEL and get a quote today.
This season, get medieval on Rhizoctonia with the powerful protection of Excalia fungicide from Valent USA. Here to shield your sugar beets from the treachery of Rhizoctonia, Excalia delivers excellent staying power, keeping your sugar beets from being conquered. Stay one step ahead of powerful protection of Excalia. Ask your retailer or visit valent.com/Excalia to learn more. Always read and follow label instructions.
'Tis the season to fill your stocking with holiday cash at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Win up to $1,000 every Friday with drawings from 5 to 10 p.m. Hourly winners smash a holiday ornament and reveal their exciting cash prize. Don't miss the holiday cash giveaway. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Why would you pay full price when you know you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out our deals from Super Cute in Freeland, Bearded Axe, Patriot Carpet Cleaning, Applied Training Solutions, and Westside Decorating. Half off? Yeah, it's true. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Make the season even brighter with beautiful jewelry from JTV. Shop JTV.com and get $25 off your purchase of $50 or more when you use code RADIO25. You'll discover more designs and gifts. That's enough to keep everyone on your list sparkling all season long. Plus, new customers will receive $40 in brilliant cash to use toward their next jewelry purchase. Shop JTV.com and use code RADIO25 and fill your holiday with sparkle.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 34 degrees at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Bridgette. A GoFundMe page has been created for a Cucaulin area family of 6 fire last Thursday. The Pinconning-Fraser Township Fire Department responded to the fully involved fire on Erickson Road with assistance from departments in Garfield, Cucaulin, Gibson, and Mount Forest townships. The home belonged to the Arquette family and was a total loss. No one was home at the time of the fire and no injuries were reported. Anyone interested in helping the family can visit their GoFundMe site by searching for Arquette Family Tragic House Fire. Police in Carroll responded to a felonious assault Saturday afternoon involving a possible barricaded suspect. According to the Carroll Police Department, the incident happened in the area of Congress Street, south of State Street, around 3:30. Investigators say the suspect may have fled the area with another family member. Carroll MMR treated the victim for non-life-threatening injuries at the scene. An off-duty state trooper later located a vehicle connected to the incident in the parking lot of Club 24, a restaurant near M24 and Riley Road, where the suspect was found hiding under blankets in the back of a Chevy Suburban. Both the 19-year-old suspect and a 65-year-old woman were arrested and are lodged in the Tuscola County Jail. Residents in Midland have an opportunity to voice their opinions on the city's master plan update and support the Midland High School hockey team at the same time. Members of the Planning Commission will be in the concourse of the Midland High versus Bay City Western High School hockey game on December 14th. They'll take input from residents on what they'd like to see happen in Midland over the next 30 years. There will be no formal presentations, agendas, or materials to be reviewed at the event, which runs from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. According to the city, similar events are being planned at other establishments around Midland in the coming months. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
I got it. Thank you, honey. Mom, it's for you. Oh, let me dry my hands. Hold on. Oh, and it looks like we got one too many table settings. Your brother couldn't get leave. He's not going to be
right here. Guys.
How'd you get here?
Well, I know some folks.
This holiday season, let MBS International Airport, with services through United and Delta Airlines, bring the whole family together. Feel upgraded as soon as you walk through the door. For more information or to book your flight today, visit mbsairport.org.
Whether it's takeout or cooked food at home, food should always be refrigerated 2 hours after preparation to stop the growth of bacteria. And when reheating food, you should always reheat thoroughly because some ingredients heat up more quickly than others. You can learn a lot from a kid, or just go to MichiganFoodSafety.com.
Sponsored by the Michigan Restaurant Association and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Western Michigan University is alerting students to use caution following a shooting near the Kalamazoo campus. The university issued an advisory around 4:45 a.m. yesterday to exercise caution in the area shortly after the shooting. Police found a 28-year-old Lansing resident with a gunshot wound to his shoulder after responding to a 4:20 a.m. report of shots fired. Police say the wound is not life-threatening. Kalamazoo Public Safety for a suspect and will maintain an increased police presence in the area as a precaution. The debate is on in Michigan over a potential increase in the minimum wage for tipped workers. Restaurant owners have been fighting the increase because it would be crippling to operating costs, according to the Michigan Restaurant Association. Justin Winslow, president and CEO of the association, says tipped employees tend to make more than minimum wage as things currently stand.
Tip minimum wage is what keeps the price of restaurant food reasonable It is what happens in 43 states, and it still allows the tipped employee to make a lot of money. I mean, frankly, minimum wage question for most servers most of the time. The average in Michigan is over $25.
Northern Michigan Senator Wayne Schmidt has introduced a bill that could stop a potential big jump in the minimum wage for workers who receive tips. Winslow says it's important to have the legislature approve the legislation before the new year because the first bills taken up by the new lawmakers would not likely happen until March or April after the minimum wage is set to go into effect. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 1110. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weather. We'll see a few spotty rain showers possible late today. Otherwise, partial sunshine develops with a high in the low 40s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, a slight chance for rain and snow mixing, then becoming all snow late. Cloudy and low near 31. By Tuesday, cloudy skies, high 41 degrees. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and a high around 43. Thursday, partial sunshine, high 39. Then on Friday, a chance for snow showers, cloudy skies, high around 38 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 35.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus, brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, proven, easy, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. You can find out more online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. RoofMax, and it's spelled with 2 X's. And today we'll delve into the world of RocketGrabPlus.com. Show you how you can save 50% on great items. Some of them would make wonderful gifts for the holidays. But first, you have to be a registered member of RocketGrabPlus.com. And that is absolutely free. If you used to be a member of Rocket Grab before it became Rocket Grab Plus, your registration is no longer valid, so you do have to re-sign up. But it works exactly the same way as the old Rocket Grab site. Go to RocketGrabPlus.com and register. Costs you nothing. You don't have to give any financial information at all. And then you'll be notified when there are deals, and you decide whether or not the deal is right for you. Then it's that simple. Then you buy it if you want it. But you always save at least half price. So we're going to give you an idea of some of the things that are on Rocket Grab Plus right now. And if you go to RocketGrabPlus.com, you will see everything in the Rocket Grab Plus store that's available at that particular time. Some things, and I should tell you this up front, some restaurants and things of that nature sell out immediately. So if you see something like that you really want, grab it while the grabbing's good. Do it right away, because chances are it won't be there the next day. All right, so let's take a look at some of the things. Here's the latest item. Half off a family 4-pack of 24-ounce bubble teas from Bubble Tea Brew House. A $24 value for $12. And Bubble Tea Brew House is located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw. Bubble Tea Brew House has hundreds of flavor combinations. You pick it, you get it. From fruit flavors, lemonades, and coffees, Sprite, club soda, and more. You're going to find it all at Bubble Tea Brew House. Again, a $24 gift certificate for only $12, half off. Let's move to our next one now. Here is a $25 gift certificate to Super Cute for only $12.50. Super Cute is located in Freeland, the perfect stocking stuffer. Super Cute is a home decor and gift shop in Freeland. The store features trendy clothing, holiday decor, giftable items, and so much more. Again, a $25 gift certificate for only $12.50. And by the way, these certificates, the first two that I've done so far, they're good for a whole year. You can get them now, put them in a stocking. Somebody can use them when they want, anytime during the year, here at RocketGrabPlus.com. Half off, 1 hour of axe throwing for a group of 4. It's an $80 deal for $40. Bearded Axe, a local veteran-owned business. They offer hourly times for axe throwing, ninja stars, and tomahawks, and they're located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw. You'll have to call ahead to check availability to book your time slot, and the group must include 4 people and all be used in a 1-hour session. But again, it's an $80 value, and it's there for only $40. We have talked about this one many times. If you are interested in getting a CPL, a concealed pistol license, you must have training. You must go through a certified course. And Applied Training Solutions, LLC, is the place to go, because these courses normally everywhere you go cost $150. This certificate is for $150 CPL training for only $75. And it's necessary if you want to get your CPL in the state of Michigan. You must be 21 or older. Applied Training Solutions is the Midwest premier firearms simulator training center. Their certified instructors use the latest training tools, from smokeless range and laser ammo training. The high cost and unpredictability supply of training ammunition make live training very expensive. So what they do is you get your classroom time, and then you get simulator time, and then the last hour of your training is live range time, all of which is required to get your CPL license. Again, a $150 value for $75 from Applied Training Solutions in the Midland Mall. We will take a break, come back. Lots more items to tell you about on RocketGrabPlus.com.
Michigan, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. So today, with the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more from your Medicare dollar, now including better than ever dental, vision, over-the-counter, and prescription drug coverage. Call United Healthcare at 586-988-1832 today and speak with a licensed sales agent. Benefits, features, and/or devices may vary by plan or area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace.
RoofMax, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
Some things are never really a choice, like wearing your muddy boots in the house, quitting before the job's done, buying seed without service. They just don't make sense. That's why AgriGold gives you the best of both worlds. We're big enough to deliver top-tier genetics and traits, but small enough to give you the personalized service you need to thrive. Because like you, we know choosing seed without service isn't really a choice. Need help choosing? Use agrigold.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Why would you pay full price when you know you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out our deals from Super Cute in Freeland, Bearded Axe, Patriot Carpet Cleaning, Applied Training Solutions, and Westside Decorating. Half off? Yeah, it's true. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
WSGW invites you to join with Covenant Kids, Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. You to help shine a little light into the lives of hospitalized children during the holidays. Every night from Monday, December 5th through Friday, December 9th, you're invited to the Covenant Healthcare parking lot at 1000 Houghton Avenue in Saginaw. You can start gathering around 6:30 p.m. and at 7 o'clock, we'll shine lights toward the windows of the hospitalized kids for 2 minutes. You can shine flashlights, blow foam tubes, or anything that lights up. Free flashlights will be provided to the first 100 attendees each night by Impact Saginaw Credit Unions. Each evening, a different musical act will be featured for entertainment, from cookies and hot chocolate and more to be given away. And you can further help by donating a new Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. Visit WSGW.com and click on the Lights Before Christmas box for all the information you need so you can join in.
The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
All right, we're back with you on Focus, looking at RocketGrabPlus.com today in the few minutes we have left. Half off carpet cleaning for up to 850 square feet, a $300 value for $150. This is done by Patriot Carpet Cleaning. They use a 3-step procedure to remove dirt and stains from your carpet. Their process increases indoor air quality by reducing the risk for mold and spore travel, mildew, and chemical smells that occur with other cleaning methods. Their process begins with less than 3 gallons of water for the same 1,000 square foot area of carpet, and because they use so little water, carpet dries in just 1 to 4 hours. Again, 850 square feet of carpet cleaning, a $300 value for only $150 from Patriot Carpet Cleaning. Here is a $100 gift certificate for only $50 to one of my favorite places, West Side Decorating Center. West Side Decorating Center specializes in providing the materials needed for home repair and renovation products. They carry paint, hard surface flooring, carpeting, and window treatments. And whether your next project entails simple repairs or professional remodeling, they've got the right equipment and products. They make it easier to achieve a finished project by supplying what you need. Westside Decorating is also the sponsor now of the Art Lewis Show. We thank them very much for that. But it's a $100 gift certificate, yours for only $50 to Westside Decorating Center. Here is a gel manicure and a Salon Blue gel pedicure, a $120 value. It's yours for only $60 at Salon Blue. More axe throwing for you. Here is 1 hour of axe throwing for a group of 4. You must be 10 years old and up. Or 1 hour for a group of 4 for video archery. And this is at Daylight Outfitter in Midland. It's an $80 certificate, good to you for $40. And again, the party of 4 must be 10 years and up. Daylight Outfitter is a local archery pro shop and axe throwing venue. Daylight Outfitters opened its doors in September of 2020. As a small shop, they're constantly trying to get more diversified product lines. They have a knowledgeable staff with the products they carry and sell, with a special emphasis on customer service. So there it is. 1 hour axe throwing for a group of 4, 10 and up. $80 value for only $40. That is a good deal. How about you give something for your car? Here's a $100 gift certificate, $50 to Third Gen Tire and Service Center for a full synthetic oil change, plus free standard wiper blades and more. These are European auto specialists at Third Gen Tire and Service Center. This deal includes a full synthetic oil change of up to 5 quarts, a free pair of wiper blades, a 35-point inspection, complete lube, filter, and all fluids topped off. 3rd generation tire and service center. Again, a $100 certificate, yours for only $50. A $40 gift certificate for $20 to Style Encore. Style Encore is where they buy and sell gently used women's casual and business clothing, shoes, handbags, and accessories. They have all the hottest name brands at up to 90% less than the original retail. It's a $40 gift certificate to Style Encore, and it's yours for only $20. Applied Training Solutions has a 4-person private 60-minute firearm virtual training event, $100 certificate for only $50. Back to Salon Blue. You can get a shampoo cut and deep condition, an $80 value for only $40 at Salon Blue. And finally, here is a $100 certificate for only $50 to Uplift. It's $50 for a party of 4, including 2 adults and 2 youth, for a tie-dye session at Uplift Creative Center. They are located in Midland or in Bay City. They're in either one. A $100 certificate for only $50. So there you go. There's an idea of what we have available for you on RocketGrabPlus.com.
Bay City Bridge Partners is bringing you the same convenient route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's best restaurants and attractions. It's Liberty Bridge, but better. With a smooth new deck surface, new more reliable bascule mechanics, electronics, and technology, saving you time and fuel costs, and adding another 75 years of life to help elevate and grow the Bay City community. Learn about the ease of electronic tolling and pre-register for a transponder account at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bubble Tea Brew House. 4-pack of bubble teas from the Bubble Tea Brew House in Saginaw for only $12. It's usually $24, but you are getting it half off. The Bubble Tea Brew House is located at 4370 Bay Road in Saginaw, and they have hundreds of flavor combinations. Literally, you pick it, you get it. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
The WSGW Morning Team.
WSW online poll for you. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, presidential candidates. Won't be long before the 2024 election becomes more focused. We already know that former President Trump is declaring he'll run again, and current President Biden is leaning. Those, of course, are voicing opinions against each man, but supporters of both are speaking out too, and in some ways against. Do you think that President Biden and former President Trump should be candidates in 2024? Answers: I think they both should. I think they both should not. I think President Biden should, but not former President Trump. I think former President Trump should, not President Biden. Find the poll box when you go to WSW.com and scroll down the homepage and make your vote.
I'm just saying I will not be surprised that they're both on the ballot in 2024.
It would astound me.
Joe Biden would be, what, 82 by then?
82. Donald Trump would be about 78. I'm just saying.
We will mark it down. No shock value for Pat Johnston.
Your morning team.